Hi, so I just finished reading the chapter for this week in our Introductive to Cognitive Psychology textbook about language, and I actually thought it was really interesting. Obviously, we all know what language is, but language is fascinating because it's something that we don't really remember exactly when we've learned it. Most of it we picked up when we were so young that it seems like we've just known it forever. But more goes into language than you really realize on the surface. We think of language as just being words or the way that we communicate with each other, but I had never really thought before about the fact that language is a lot of other things too. It incorporates our tone and our pitch, the pauses that we use, just various things like that. Obviously, there's a bunch of different languages in the world. One of the most fascinating languages to me was touched on a little bit in the book, and that's sign language. And the reason I think sign language is really fascinating is just because it's obviously so different than other languages. You don't speak. It's all done with just communicating with just your body language, right? With just your hands. So I've always found that to be really interesting. Really, the whole chapter was interesting to me. Again, just thinking about all of the different components that really go into language when we communicate with somebody. And it's just something that we don't really think about very often. And it's something that we don't really have to consciously learn. It's just like second nature for babies and children to pick up on the things that we say. Seems like the words that we really don't want them to pick up on are, of course, the ones that they usually do pick up on because they're words that we emphasize, though. Those bad words that kids always pick up on, and it always seems like they immediately know how to use them in context as well, which always amazes me. So it was really fascinating just to read about how the brain works, how language works, how we pick up on all this, and all of the different components that really go into communicating with someone beyond just our voices and the verbal words that we use. So thank you for watching my video.